Hi everybody, I'm Jared Pike. This is Shell Point Today for Wednesday, February 19th. On today's show, we learn how these warm stones bring the ultimate luxurious touch to your visit to the Shell Point Salon and Spa. Megs Singer will tell us how the computer labs at Shell Point thrive on resident volunteers. And we'll also learn about new and exciting Shell Point travel destinations, such as Mackinac Island, Michigan, and a rail journey through Switzerland. But first, let's get a Wednesday news update from Rochelle Chernowski at the news desk. Rochelle.
Thank you very much, Jared. A few quick reminders about events happening today. Dennis Landfried from Finemark Bank is presenting an academy class on what he calls CSI, Client Sensitive Investments. Find out how important it is to have a well-defined strategy with your investments. This Academy event happens at 10 a.m. in the Grand Cypress Room. In the Village Church, they'll be discussing the latest developments at the Kutiala Hospital for Women and Children in Mali, West Africa. All are welcome to the Global Outreach event at 10:15 a.m. in the Church Hospitality Room. And this afternoon, Suzanne and Jim Hale, professional entertainers, have created a Civil War-themed musical show called Songs Lincoln Loved. With banjo and guitar, they'll perform the authentic tunes that influenced Abraham Lincoln in his youth right up through his presidency. This free performance of Songs Lincoln Loved takes place at 12:45 p.m. in the Social Center on the island, and all are welcome. And then tomorrow, two more exciting events. Our Academy series on Shakespeare continues, celebrating his 450th birthday. Ray Boyce of Rosemont traveled to Oxford to study the Bard, and he brings his expertise to all of Shakespeare's genres. Tomorrow he focuses on the tragicomedy, plays that combine both tragedy and comedy. Sign up for this class happening tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the Grand Cypress Room. Tomorrow afternoon, birding experts will welcome a visit from Rachel Fries, research ecologist for the Eco Studies Institute. She'll share insight on the birds we see every day here in Southwest Florida, and some rare birds that you may only see once in a blue moon. For example, have you ever seen a mangrove cuckoo? You'll have the chance at tomorrow's event, Southwest Florida Birds, happening at 2 p.m. in the Grand Cypress Room. All are welcome. Wow, well, that's quite a lineup, and I'm actually a little worn out from reading all of those updates. I think I need to relax. And the Shell Point Salon and Spa has just the thing, a massage with warm towels and warm stones. Items designed to ease your tension and help you relax. We asked massage therapist Robert Bessette to explain.
Hi, my name is Robin Church, and I'm here in the Island Salon in the massage room. And today we're just going to talk a little bit about some of the elements that Robert Bessette uses in his massage. One of them being these interesting stones.
Yes, Robin, I incorporate warm stones in the massage. What the stones are, they're not anything special. What the stones are, they're like river rocks, like up north. They're very dense and heavy stones. And what they do, Robin, is they hold the heat for a long time. And what the heat does is it penetrates down to some of the deeper underlying muscles versus, let's say, a heating pad just kind of touches the surface. The heat penetrates deeper into it to get to the bone and get to some of those deeper muscles. So the stones are very beneficial to use and incorporate with the massage. The heat always helps out.
Because I've noticed that, you know, when there's something that you're working on, you know, it takes a while to let that muscle on top loosen up so that you can get to that muscle underneath.
Exactly. That's where some of the deep tissue massage would incorporate. Deep tissue doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get beat up. It addresses the deeper underlying muscles as opposed to the superficial muscles that we have, just the surface muscles. We have aching muscles that are deeper underneath other muscles that we need to get to.
Sure.
And the heat really helps that.
Well, I love these hot stones, and these are really not just common stones, because these stones are very expensive. And they're made specifically for massage, and they're just very smooth. They're wonderful. You would not necessarily think that it feels good to have these stones going over your back during the massage, but let me tell you, it's heavenly. It feels wonderful. Another great element is the hot, steamy towels.
Well, sure, yes. I incorporate moist heat in the massage. We have a towel warmer here, so I incorporate some nice hot towels, and that just over your neck and over the muscles that have been massaged, it just helps really release and just ease the tension of the moist heat. I think everybody knows how the moist heat works.
And that's nice also, like when you're kind of finishing up a little bit, to run the hot towel over. It's very soothing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Working.
Yes, they love the hot towels.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Robert. Really appreciate it. And again, Robert uses the hot stones and the hot towels during his massage, which are very nice, those additional elements worked in there. If you'd like to make an appointment, please just give us a call at 489-8400. Thank you.
Thank you.
And after all that relaxation, Jared is here to talk about computers. Jared, you better not spoil my relaxation.
I know, Rochelle. For many people, in fact, it seems computers have been specifically designed to cause stress, not relieve it. But thankfully, our computer labs at Shell Point always have a person there, someone who can help you do the tasks you need to do, whether it's scan a picture or send an email or look something up on the internet. Of course, these lab assistants are resident volunteers, and we are always in need of kind people to help with this task. Megs Singer told us more about becoming a computer center volunteer.
Hi, I'm Terry Kolath, and I'm here today with Megs Singer of Teledora. We're talking about the computer center on the island that she coordinates. Thanks for joining me, Megs.
Hi, Terry. My pleasure.
Now, we have two computer centers. One is at the Woodlands and the Commons building, and the other is the island and the tunnel. That's the one you coordinate.
Yes, that we have signs pointing to it.
We do. In fact, we should say you go into the tunnel, you look like you're going into the pottery studio, you follow the signs back behind between the pottery studio and the stamp room. Lots of people find that place because you're very well used, aren't you?
Yes, we are. We have a teaching center over there where we hold our classes, but behind that, actually around the corner, we have our computer center where anyone can come and use a computer. This is so important because people come to Shell Point, and some people, their computer breaks and they want to use the computer center, or they don't have internet and they want to check their email, or they don't have a printer and they want to print.
Or they're taking one of the many classes and they have a question.
Oh, absolutely, and they need to practice while they're taking their classes.
Sure. So it's a full-service operation for everything to do with computers. Very nice. So what does the volunteer do when they come in? They turn on the lights and...
They turn on the lights, they turn on the computers, they check the paper supply, they check the ink supply, they check to make sure that the internet is active. And they are ready to introduce people, have them sign in. As a volunteer, you sign in your volunteer hours, and when you leave, you go through another series of steps to make sure that it's ready for the next group.
Now, what is it like to volunteer there? What are you looking for in a volunteer?
I'm looking for someone who's comfortable using computers. And you come in and you help people search for something on the internet. You mostly help them find their email. And there's a lot of different kinds of emails that are supported over there. And so we help people in that way. Or sometimes the screen, the type gets too big and they can't read it, and then we help them see the whole page, that kind of thing.
That must be very, very rewarding.
It really is. The most exciting thing that happened to me recently was there was a brand new resident. He went up to the service desk and asked Jill Aldrink, I want to know how long Christmas vacations last in the rest of the world. Can you tell me? And she said, no, but you could go down to the computer center. So this guy walks in. He says, I've never used a computer. I don't know how to type, but I want to find out the answer to this question.
Research, oh my gosh.
And I was able to help him, and it was really fun. And the best thing about helping people is that you always learn something more yourself.
Absolutely.
And also as a volunteer in the computer center, you get to take computer college classes at no charge. So that makes it really fun. So you can always be learning and growing.
And there's a good reason for that. There's so much help that's given in the computer centers that help people with learning. So we want our computer center volunteers to have as much information as possible.
Yes, we want them to be always learning and growing. And things are always changing. And so you have to keep using it and practicing.
That's right.
If you want to keep up with the changes that are always happening.
So there's a knowledge you learn, you get yourself. There's the joy of sharing that knowledge, and that's a wonderful part about volunteering here in our community. What are you looking for? What kind of time commitment from a volunteer?
Well, right now we have volunteers that serve 2 hours in the morning or 2 hours in the afternoon, Monday to Friday, 2 hours on Sunday afternoon. If someone has those 2 hours, that would be great. If they want to try it out as a substitute, I'm very open to that too.
And we are grateful that there are people that make the commitment to do this for our community.
I love doing it, Terry.
Thank you so much for your leadership, Megs, and for talking today. Give Megs a call if you're interested in finding out about opportunities in the Island Computer Center. I'm Terry Kolath.
Well, folks, it's been a wild winter, weather-wise. Although we haven't felt it here in Florida, really. We had Winter Olympics in Russia, where it was 60 degrees out. And we had winter storms in Georgia that shut down whole cities. So, it seems appropriate that, in the middle of winter, we are planning summertime travel to 2 wintry destinations: Mackinac Island in northern Michigan and the alpine country of Switzerland. These journeys come courtesy of Jeanne VanHouten of Isings Travel, who brings us the details.
Hi everybody, I'm Bev Chandley and I'm here with Jeanne VanHouten from Isings Travel. Jeanne she does the magic with our travel program here at Shell Point. We work together, we've been working together for 5 years, and we're here to talk a little bit about a trip we have coming up this summer in July to Mackinac Island in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Well, last summer when I went on a vacation, I did go to Mackinac Island, and I got on the phone when I got back and I said, Jeanne, if ever there was a good summer trip for our residents, maybe this would be it. And so her idea was,
well, perfect. We're going to go to Mackinac Island, beautiful island, set between the upper and the lower peninsula of Michigan, some of the most beautiful area that there is in Michigan. And we're going to stay at the wonderful Grand Hotel, which is really America's summer place since 1887.
wow, that sounds nice already, but do we fly right into, we can't fly to the island, can we?
We can't. We're going to fly as close as we can get, which is Traverse City. Again, a wonderful little place right on Lake Michigan. We'll overnight there before we get going on our wonderful scenic drive up along the coast of Michigan.
Well, that sounds, where will we stay in Traverse City?
We're going to stay at the Grand Traverse Resort in Traverse City for an overnight, and then travel the following day through some of the most beautiful scenery in Michigan to the ferry landing that'll take us over to Mackinac Island.
Now, one little town I remember visiting last summer that I fell in love with was Petoskey. Are we going to be going through Petoskey?
Absolutely. We'll make a stop in Petoskey, very charming little town. What did you experience in Petoskey that you like so much?
Well, first of all, the name of it was very curious to me because I have sort of a geology background, so I thought Petoskey stones. But I was fascinated with that little town. It's a very artsy little town and has the best gelato on the planet. Well, you know, when we get to Mackinac City, before we get our ferry, will we get a chance to see that Mackinac Bridge that everybody hears about?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Does it go to the island?
No, there's no way to get to the island but by boat or by ferry. We'll take that over to the island. And when we get to Mackinac Island, there's no motor vehicles, only horse-drawn carriages.
That's what I really loved. I loved the sound of the horse hooves, clip-clop, clip-clop. No traffic, no smell of vehicles, no horns. It was wonderful, just foot traffic and horses.
It's definitely a step back in time, and then to have the wonderful opportunity to spend 3 nights at the Grand Hotel, a magnificent hotel built in 1887, and they're still keeping the old world charm about it, and the classiness about it, the elegant classiness about it.
Well, when we were there last summer and we went to the Grand Hotel, that we were treated so nicely, and they took us to the lunch area where we had a buffet lunch that was unbelievable. And so we're not going to go hungry at the Grand Hotel.
No, the food is outstanding, and we will include all the breakfasts and all the dinners. And then, of course, after dinner in the evening, you have the Grand Hotel Orchestra that plays every evening. Just a really wonderful end to each day.
And we have some tours during the daytime. The horse-drawn carriages will be coming regularly up to the hotel and take the residents where they want to be, or they can go on an organized tour. Is that right?
That's right. We're going to include a horse-drawn carriage tour of the island itself. We're also going to have a cruise, a lighthouse cruise on the island, so that'll be something extra special. We'll go to a special art museum that they have there called the Richard and Jeanne Minogian Art Museum. And then we're going to have extra special items at the hotel itself. We'll have a private history lecture just for our group. We'll have a behind-the-scenes tour of the Grand Hotel. And then, of course, there's all that wonderful time just to relax on the longest covered porch in the world.
The big porch, I remember quite well. It was lovely. I could have sat there for hours.
Well, I think what's unique about the Grand Hotel experience is the experience itself, the classic experience, the elegant experience, and the really wonderful step back into time that you just don't find these days.
It's hard to find, that's for sure. I'm so glad that we've had this opportunity to put this trip together. Now, if the residents sign up now, will they save a little money?
Absolutely. There's an advance purchase of $50 per person as long as they get in.
March 15th.
March the 15th. We already have a lot of people signing up. The trip will fill up very quickly, so we encourage you to make your reservations as early as possible, because it's sort of a once-in-a-lifetime kind of opportunity to go with Shell Point.
Well, I agree, and I think it's going to be a great trip, and we hope you'll think about signing up. We already have couples celebrating their 65th anniversary. We have quite a few signed up already, so do join us, and we're happy you joined us here today. Thank you on behalf of myself and Jeanne VanHouten.
Now, we promised you details about another trip. This one, a fantastic 14-day rail journey through Switzerland. This August, you'll have the chance to visit Zurich and take a cog railway up to the mountaintop. Cruise on beautiful Lake Lucerne. Visit factories where they make cheese and Swiss chocolate. Take spectacular rail trips through the Alps to destinations like St. Moritz and Montreux, and even visit snow-capped glaciers in the middle of August. And remember, this is a fully staffed Shell Point trip, where the bus picks you up and your luggage at your front door and drops you off at your front door on the trip home. And everything is included: transportation, hotel stays, rail passes, and tour guides. If you're interested in this trip of a lifetime through Switzerland, then contact Bev Chandley at 454-2239. But don't delay. The deadline for this trip is in April. Now, let's turn to Bev to find out what to expect from our Wednesday happenings, followed by Academy News, menus, and Village Church Connections.
Thank you for tuning in with us today. My name is Leslie Brand, and I'm here with Bev Chandley. And we have a lot going on this Wednesday, so make sure you turn up the volume and write down whatever you'd like to do today. We're going to start at 7:45 with the men's Bible study in the Osprey Room. 8 o'clock is a men's match play doubles tennis at the tennis courts at the Woodlands. 8:45, the Lillian Company Jewelers are here for their weekly jewelry service in the Resident Activity Center. 9 o'clock, we have the Jurassic Travel in the Egret Room on the island. We have watercolor group with Phil Hilton at 9 o'clock in the art studio. Scrapbooking group will be at 9:15 to 2:15 in the Tarpon Room. 10 o'clock is a men's match play doubles tennis at the tennis courts. The Model Yacht Sailing Club will be starting at 10:15 in the Commons Lake at the Woodlands. 10:15 is the Women's Ministries Global Outreach and the Hospitality Room at the Village Church. 11 o'clock is a Neuropathy Support Group in the Oak Room at the Woodlands. And we're going to end the morning at 11:30, Health Connections, Agility, and Flexibility in the Health Club, but that class is currently full. Now here's Bev for the afternoon activities.
Thank you, Leslie. At 12:45, we're going to start our afternoon with Songs Lincoln Loved in the Social Center on the island. At 1 o'clock, chess will be played in the Library Lounge. 1:30 to 3:30, the Model Train Room will be open for tours. You'll find a Health Connections class, Balance, and a Mobility Training Level 1 in the Health Club at 1:45. It is currently full. At 2:15, the Knitters Anonymous group will be in the Osprey Room. We'll move to 2:30 for Jazz and Stuff. They'll be playing down in the Grand Cypress Room, so make sure you head down there and listen to some good music. At 2:45, we have Healing Journey. That's held at the chapel at the Village Church. Then we have a 3 o'clock Bible study at the Community Room of King's Crown. We also have a Health Connections class at 3 o'clock, Pilates Stretch. That's in the Health Club. And another 3 o'clock activity is the Memory Care group. They'll be in the 3rd floor craft room at King's Crown. You do need to sign up for that one. Then we'll move to 4:30 where we have the indoor bocce set up down in the Health Club on the island. At 5:45, the church choir rehearsal will be going on at the Village Church. And we round out the night with 7:15, prayer and praise at the Village Church. We're glad you joined us today, and we will see you back here tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Terry Kolath with your Academy information for Wednesday. At 9:15, Understanding Your Computer continues in the Computer Teaching Center on the island. At 9:30, we start another art class, Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, with Herb Sklar in the Sable Room at the Woodlands, and sign-up is required. At 10:15, we have Forensic Investing in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands, and sign-up is required. At 1 o'clock, Using the Keyboard and Mouse will begin in the Computer Center at the Woodlands. Sign-up is required. At 1 o'clock, our Intermediate Bridge Session 2 will continue in the Game Room of the Woodlands, and at 1 o'clock, Palette Painting will begin in the Sable Room for those who have signed up. At 1:45, Internet Prep School Help and Support continues in the Computer Teaching Center on the island. Tomorrow we have a couple new classes. Terry Schultz of Sundial is going to teach Quicken, and Ray Boyce of Rosemount will bring us another course on Shakespeare, this time the tragicomedy. We also have Talking as the New Typing, Dictation, with Bruce Findlay of Sundial.
Menus for Wednesday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is Salisbury steak with mashed potatoes and vegetable blend. For dinner, the special is the pasta buffet for $12.95, and the soup of the day is tortilla. In the Island Cafe for lunch on Wednesday, enjoy a ham, turkey, and Swiss sub with chips for $7.25. The dinner special is grilled shrimp for $8.25. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill on Wednesday are grilled sirloin for $16.95 or linguine and clams for $15.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
It's a privilege to welcome you today to Village Church Connections, and a real privilege for me to be sharing this time with Dr. Sue Stranahan. Welcome, Sue.
Hi, glad to be here.
Sue, I am so thrilled to have you here because we are talking about a weekend that we've entitled Dare to Believe. Mm-hmm. Many of our folks have gotten these brochures already, and I wanted to talk with you especially about this because you are one of the women who had a dream and a vision for this weekend and helped initiate the whole thought process. And I wanted you to share a little bit about how that came about. How did God lay this on your heart?
Well, Glenda, it's an interesting story. Nan Gurley and Bonnie Keene were here last year, I believe it was. Mm-hmm. Some of us ladies met with them for a meal. We were sitting over at the Crystal around a table and just started talking about what their ministry was, the conferences and things that they've held. And we almost all of a sudden at once said, why can't we do that here?
We're so excited about this because it has given us an opportunity to work Village Church and Shell Point together, mm-hmm. shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand, to make this happen. Mm-hmm. It fits with the whole Life Quest thought Absolutely. Process. And it is something that we feel will be a unifying thing for our community and even for those that extend into the Fort Myers area. The weekend is April 4 and 5. Tell us about Friday night.
Friday night is not women only. It's gentlemen invited as well. So that's an opportunity for husbands, wives to come together and hear what the two ladies are going to present to us. And that'll be a very nice evening. And then Saturday is really structured to be ladies only, and there'll be a couple of sessions on Saturday. The format will be the same. They take a woman from the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament, tell that person's story, and out of the person's story, raise the issues that they're facing in their culture, in their marriage, in their family, in their faith, and in personal struggles, and create a context. Like, they talk to this lady from the Old Testament, but you could think it's your next door neighbor, because the issues that they raise are so applicable to where we're living today in the 21st century.
So it's a real challenge to us and a blessing to us as they creatively just unpack some of what we find in Scripture. Friday night is a little bit different in that it's a 90-minute dramatic presentation with a lot of singing. It will be a dessert buffet, which is something different for us, and we're looking forward to that. For those that can attend Friday only, it's a $15 ticket. And so for men in particular, $15 will get them into that.
And they will enjoy the dessert buffet.
They will. They will. I know they will. And then Saturday, for 3 sessions, a break and lunch, the cost is $35 for those that can only do Saturday. But the special deal is for ladies that want to do the whole package, Friday night and Saturday, special price of $45. And you and I have both done these kinds of events before, and I don't know that I've ever done for $45 what we're going to get for this weekend.
No, it's a very good bargain in terms of the funds that are required, but a person's going to go home with a whole lot more than $45 worth of experience and blessing.
To register, we are encouraging that folks register by using one of these registration forms, and that they work with the Village Church to do that. They can charge it to Shell Point account, they can do a check, they can also register online if they so choose to do so. But we would love to see the registrations begin to pour in for this event, and are looking forward to the time. Thank you, Sue, for sharing this time with us, and thank you for joining us. We encourage you to get registered. For Women Who Dare to Believe, we would love to have a wonderful weekend together. Thank you, and have a great day.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow as Phyllis Langberg shows us some amazing photos of the ospreys that nest right beneath their window in Sundial.
We'll also meet David Parton and see some of his amazing woodworking creations that are not only beautiful, but practical as well.
Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Wednesday, February 19th. I'm Rochelle Chernowski.
And I'm Jared Pike. And from all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.